Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Shalmali Zadhav, and I create videos on self-development and personal growth. Well, we have been shifting to lockdown again, and work from home has become a new normal again. Work from home sounds really interesting with all the comfy pajamas, and you can work from any space of your home you would like to. But working from home also has a dark side. When you work from home, you tend to overwork, or you don't understand when you have to stop working till you reach the level of burnout. And that is why I have come up with some of the tips that will help you in order to avoid your work from home fatigue or in order to avoid your burnout. I have shifted my whole work from physical on ground to entirely digital from the past 1 year. And these tips are tried and tested by me and are really working wonders for me. So I hope they do the same for you. Let's get started. First and foremost, one is home all day. If they don't leave with anyone else, then this can escalate to isolation and without any stimuli to stay motivated. On the other hand, living with your family can make it extremely difficult to draw firm boundaries to maintain some focus. And that is why planning your day and sticking to a firm routine is really essential. Routine is essential for one to function effectively. It becomes even more important in absence of a defined structure. So I use Google Calendar to plan my day. Google Calendar is one of the best ways, and believe me when I say that you can turn from most unorganized person into most efficient one. From scheduling appointments to connecting people, this calendar does more than just remind you what day it is today. And without doubt, it is one of the best time management apps. Most important tip to avoid burnout is to have a dedicated work from home space and make sure that you have proper lighting at the space to keep yourself motivated to work. Next, you have to make sure that this dedicated work from home space is really comfortable for you, even if it's just a chair at a kitchen table. Because from here you're going to work, from here you're going to focus upon the most important things you have to do. And that is why ensuring these things it's important. I have been working remotely for a year now. And what's the one thing that I have learned is that the tools you use and the way you set up your workspace makes a huge difference to your productivity and well being. Whether you're new to working from home or have been doing it forever, there are some pieces of equipment you definitely need to consider in order to optimize your work from home experience. Just like mentioning my few equipment, I have noise cancelling headphones, a laptop stand, a wireless mouse, and a wireless keyboard, along with a chair for proper posture, and using a standing desk so that it ensures that I don't be seated for longer time and stand and get moving. To ensure that I don't lose my productivity, I have been following Pomodoro technique. This technique has been really helpful to maintain my productivity and motivation levels while working from home. The Pomodoro technique says that you have to work for 25 minutes straight and then take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. Again work for 25 minutes straight and then take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. Continue this cycle for 4 times, and after 4 times you have to take a long break. And trust me, this cycle of Pomodoro technique has been really essential and helpful for me. Following Pomodoro technique has been really effective for me. It improved my motivation by improving the content of work. I understood the importance of taking breaks in between my work cycles, and that really helped me bring back my productivity levels. While working from home, you tend to lose the track on time. You'd forget when to hydrate yourself and when to eat. There's a lot of linkage between your health and your mind, so you can avoid your future burnout by keeping yourself hydrated from time to time and eating something in between your micro breaks so that you don't go for too long without eating. Even if you think you have mastered the skill of simultaneously writing mails while partaking in a conference call, doing both actually requires more energy. Stressing that multitasking can increase fatigue due to constant shifting between competing demands on your attention and concentration. Instead, be more mindful and present on one task. Close out all extraneous applications and browser tabs. Put your phone out of reach and turn off any other distractions to help you concentrate on only one activity. By doing this, you will make sure that you are reducing multitasking, not going back and forth between the tasks again and again, and focusing on one thing at a time. Take micro breaks, pause between meetings. When a call ends, shake things up by walking away from your desk, shaking out your body, taking deep breaths, stretching, resting your eyes, and or stepping outside for a few moments. This seems small, but they're useful in resetting our mental energy. And re examine the length of your meetings. Could you be switched to 45 minutes or 50 minutes instead of an hour? Those extra 5 or 10 minutes could allow everyone a quick break without feeling rushed to make the next conference call. And as you guys know, reading is my go to activity. It makes me get lost into a world of mine and bring back all the mental energy that I need to focus upon again. Another drawback of work from home is that you're constantly sitting in front of your computer. The pandemic has turned many into COVID 19 potatoes. It is kind of like a couch potato, but instead of sitting on your couch mindlessly staring at your TV, you sit at your makeshift home office mindlessly staring at a screen. Without coworkers stopping by to interrupt, it's easy to get lost in Slack messages, emails, and social media posts. And that is why stand up, don't be seated for too long, and then get working again. Standing up and working will ensure that you are reducing your work fatigue, but also will ensure that you don't be seated for too long. Are weeks of working from home in makeshift office conditions starting to take a toll on your mind and body? If so, I feel your pain. And that is why this tip of stretching in between your work, using some gentle stretches, is really important for everyone who is working from home. Gentle stretches in between your work will help relieve all the stress from your body and at least will make you move your body in between your work. While you physically distance yourself from others, remember to connect in other ways. Set up a Zoom game night to catch up with your friends, send a care package to loved ones, or drop off a home cooked dinner for an elderly neighbor. Remote work won't disappear after the pandemic subsides, it is here to stay. COVID 19 has led to lack of socialization. We humans are social animals, and when working from home, there's a lack of socialization. When working from home, you sit all day in front of computer without any human live interaction with your workmates, and that can lead to feelings of isolation. And that is why when you find time, just get on a Zoom meeting with your friends or try to connect through your mobile phones, but stay in touch. Now, since you're working from home, you might get this habit of working from your bed. But working from your bed decreases sleep quality, which decreases work productivity, energy levels, and quality of life. Using the bed as workspace means you're bringing your work to your bed, both literally and figuratively. If you've been working all day from your bed, you're likely to continue thinking about work and have a hard time turning it off once you slide under the covers for sleep. On the other hand, it's never easy to feel really fully productive. You might find yourself giving in to heavy eyes and taking naps when you want to be working. Trust me, I know from experience. Have fresh time whenever possible in between your work. If you're not an active participant on a call, consider going on mute, connecting with your phone, and going out and sitting in your balcony. Work from home is evolving to work from anywhere. I have taken plenty of calls on my back deck or in my balcony. While remote work has eliminated countless wasteless hours of commuting, many are seeing longer work days, and hence it is essential to take off time to disconnect. Take time to disconnect from your work, stay active, reconnect, and rest. Hobbies are often thought of as activities for people who lead quiet, relaxed lives, but people with full, busy, even stressful lives may need hobbies more than the average person. Hobbies bring many benefits that usually make them more than worth the time they require. Here are some of the advantages of having hobbies. Hobbies are helpful in preventing your burnout. Especially those who feel overwhelmed at a job, for example, can benefit from hobbies because they provide an outlet for stress and something to look forward to after a hard day at work. And lastly, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. I'll see you soon in the next week.